Good morning. I'm Cameron Moore, Executive Officer with the Wilmington-Cape Home Builders Association, and joining me again today is Tyler Newman, CEO and President with BASE. Thank you, Tyler, for joining us. We're here today for the installment of the December Advocacy Corner. And actually, before we get started, I'd like to let our membership know that as part of this the advocacy update that we do every month, and of course the video series that we've implemented this year and will continue to bring forth to our members, is that we actually won a state award this year from the North Carolina Home Builders Association. So we're very proud of that. We appreciate the partnership. And this is actually the 5th time that BASE has been recognized at the North Carolina Home Builders Association within a STARS Award for either a Best Governmental Affairs Initiative or a Governmental Affairs Initiative. So Tyler, thank you for your taking part of that and really helping us achieve that. So there's a lot going on. You know, December is kind of one of those things where a lot of folks obviously closing books, getting closings done, and so to speak, but from just a local level, state level, and then really the national level, there is a lot going on. Of course, we have tax reform. It's changed daily, and over the weekend changed. Now the Senate has moved their bill, of course, for a full vote. It's been approved on the floor, so now we go to House and Senate conferees to basically work those details out. The other thing is the National Flood Insurance Program. It's really been highlighted. I believe December the 8th is when it is set to expire. Talk a little bit about that, and then we'll shift gears and kind of come back to the local level, because I know I see some things you've got. You know, there's a lot going on.
So I think you're right. You know, most years, especially in a municipal election year, in December, folks would shut down, you know, focus on hunting and holidays and oysters and all that kind of stuff, and that's not really what's happened. So if you look at the federal level, you talked about tax reform, the Senate has passed that, the House has passed a version. They've got to spend some time to work out their differences and move something forward to President Trump, and candidly, we have people on all sides of that issue. So that's the tax reform. The flood insurance piece, the House has passed a flood reform package that Congressman Rouser was crucial in getting some changes made to. So that's passed the House. It hasn't gotten anywhere in the Senate. They've been spending their time with tax reform. So, you know, you've got a week left. They've been spending all their time on tax reform. They're trying to get out of DC. I don't really expect them to make a big push on flood insurance reform. To give us the 5-year reauthorization.
And they did extend it already once, so we may be looking at another extension.
That's right. So it was supposed to end at the end of September, and they kicked it to December the 8th.
Right.
So our concern from a housing industry and business perspective is that, you know, the day after it expires, folks going in to try to buy a house are going to be in for a bad situation because they don't have that that tool available.
There was a great recap you had over the weekend that was filmed last Friday with the Star News, and we've got that in our Builders News going out today. So. Shifting gears a little bit at the local level, obviously we talked about municipal elections. We mentioned that in the last Advocacy Corner update of November. But we've got Leland Street Design Manual. We have Pender County Comp Plan. We have other meetings that we're holding up here. Talk a little bit about the Leland Street Design Manual.
So this super exciting document is the draft Leland Street Design Manual. And you can see they've got sidewalks on both sides of the street, and this is the example that they use. And I don't think one of our concerns is that this is not the type of transportation facility that currently exists in Leland everywhere, but this would be what they would have moving forward. So how does this impact development, investment, and the price of a house in Leland?
Sure.
And then in turn, if folks can't afford to live in Leland and they work in Wilmington or they work somewhere else, you know, then we've got bigger issues on top of that. So this is going up for discussion tonight at a special council meeting. The Pender County Planning Board is talking about their comprehensive plan tomorrow night. On Wednesday night, there's a planning commission meeting in Wilmington to talk about short-term rentals. There's a homeowners insurance rate case hearing in Raleigh week after next to talk about yet again another proposed homeowners insurance increase. This time for our area would be, I think, between 30 and 40%, depending on whether you own or rent. So there are a lot of things going on, and they're all going on at the same time. And it's important, you know, with tax reform and flood insurance, and people can get inundated with the things that are going on from the government side, government affairs side, but that's really what we do. You know, the point is that we take care of that piece. We need feedback from your members and my members and everybody else about how it's impacting them, but we can feed that to our elected officials and talk about them and try to get changes to get them made before the battleship gets too far
Right.
down the path.
A lot going on. We'll certainly be engaged. I would encourage all of our members to check out this month's toolbox, where you can see a lot of what BASE is working on our behalf, and also make sure to check out the upcoming January one as well, because some of these will follow through as we get into January. As always, Tyler, thank you for joining us and being a part of this. With that, make sure to check your toolbox out as it comes out in December, and thank you for joining us.